Good morning, my loves. Happy Monday. Interesting topic. I want you to please make the time to talk to your children about how to be a friend. School's starting back. And now this is just Brenda 101. This is just my opinion. You don't have to agree. I'm sure you won't. I see classrooms, because kids are going back to school. Classrooms are like a little extended family. Because these kids, these 40 kids are stuck with each other for the next few months. So it's kind of a family. Thereby, the school is even a larger extended family. As parents of a child in that school, you're part of that extended family. Whether you're part of the PTA, you're a room parent, whatever, you're part of this. So let's make sure our kids know how to act responsibly. Make sure your child has social graces, good manners. Seriously, you would not believe children that have never been taught manners. I'm not saying everybody has to call somebody Miss Brenda and Mr. Bob or, whatever. I'm not saying that, but to speak with respect and kindness. You don't have to yell to be heard, to raise your hand, to ask a question, just to be polite. Say thank you, say please. It's the small things. A lot of kids they're clueless. Teach your child to be a friend. How to be a friend to another student. The kids in the classroom that sit, kind of stare off in space, stay to themselves, can't make eye contact. They play by themselves at recess. Nobody wants to sit with them at lunch. Talk to your child. Ask them if they and their friends will please go sit with them, talk to them, play with them, get to know them. Who knows the hell that child might be living with? While your family may be a wonderful, loving family, that child may live in a toxic environment. A physical, mental, emotional, psychological, and sexual, verbal abuse, neglect. You have no idea what's going on, or you may. If you know, help. If your child comes to you and says that this child told them in confidence, bad things are happening at their house, take it seriously. Don't ignore it. Don't be apathetic. Don't say, oh, they'll figure it out. Not my problem. It is your problem. It is your problem. Be responsible. If you hear something, you suspect something, you know something, speak up. Speak up. Save that child's life. You may not save them physically, but honey, you might save them emotionally and mentally. Those wounds they will carry with them their entire life. Help them. If it's lunchtime in the cafeteria, everybody goes in, everybody's eating, maybe somebody doesn't have food. Maybe they don't have any meals on their meal ticket. Maybe they don't have a lunch. Maybe they didn't have a breakfast. Maybe they're not going to have dinner. It's happening. I promise you it's happening in absolutely every school. It's happening. Teach your child to share their food. If your child is eating with a bunch of other people, they can all share something to make sure this child has food. They can share their Twinkies, they can share half a sandwich, they can share their fruit roll-ups, whatever it is. They can share. And then when you find out about it, do something. Don't say, not my problem. Don't say they can figure it out. The sun's moving and it's getting brighter and brighter in my eyes. I'm sorry for the glare. But you can't say, not my problem. Pack an extra lunch for them. Drop it off at the office. Run to the office, put some money on a meal ticket for that child. Help them out. I know of families, or I have known, I don't have any currently, but I have known of families that mom and dad left. They're gone. The child, maybe children, are getting themselves up off to school by themselves. Now, these kids can't pay the rent. These kids can't pay the utilities. But they're afraid of being put into foster care. I'm going to have to try and move again. Sorry. They're scared to death of being put into foster care, being split up. So these kids are going to make it work. They may or may not have food in the house. Help them out. Help them out. If your child finds out, help them out. Maybe you do need to reach out to the school and say, hey, we found out this is going on. Talk to the child. If it's just one child, maybe they can come into your home for a little bit until things straighten out at home. Maybe you need to help them get in touch with a grandparent or an aunt and uncle that can come in and help. But be part of the community. If you find out, if your child tells you they don't have a coat, this child doesn't have clothes that fit, they don't have shoes that match, make sure nobody's picking on the child. The child's doing the best they can. They don't have a choice in this. And see what you can do. Hit Goodwill. Pick up a couple of things for them. It might set you back $20. I think this child is worth $20. I think so. If your school has a coat drive, a holiday drive, contribute. Please contribute. Go through your closets, your kids' closets, and box up everything and take it over. If somebody in your child's school ends up with something of your child's, make sure your child knows not to say, that's my coat, that used to be my coat, or that was my sister's dress. No, we don't do that. Just say, that looks really nice on you. That's all you have to say. Don't embarrass them. It's not about, excuse me, it's not about getting credit, kudos, pats on the back for doing good. It's about knowing that you helped somebody, knowing inside that you made a difference in somebody's life. That's what it's about. Teach this to your child. It's important to step up and be a contributing member of society, of that little community. If somebody's struggling in history, math, spelling, maybe your child can help them. I think it's nice when each classroom has, there's always going to be a couple of students that are outstanding students, and they can help kind of mentor other students, help them with the math. Maybe the way the teacher's explaining it just isn't getting through, but a classmate can explain it and, oh, okay, it makes sense now. That's great. That's wonderful. Teachers are doing the best they can, and they have their hands full. They really do. So let's work together. Let's be a community. Teach your child to be a friend. And if somebody's picking on somebody, defend them. Stick up for them. Step in between and say, hey, that's not cool. That's not funny. Being a bully isn't funny. Being a reactive abuser, picking on somebody to make everybody laugh, that's not funny. It's not fun. It's cruel. Don't do that. They don't like it if it's done to them. It doesn't matter if you go to that person later and say, oh, we were just teasing. That's how we tease. No, it's not. Don't do that. Be part of the community. Be part of the solution. Staying silent, not caring, being complicit. No, that's just going along with the problem. If you don't say something, if you don't do something, you're just as bad as everybody else. Apathy is never an option. Step up. Get involved. Use your voice. Protect a child.